Thank you very much.
I don't know if you want that back.
Yeah, you can have it. For the moment, we are not reading anybody.
Can you hear us?
Maybe it's one there.
Yes, Bono, now we hear you, and we actually have some nice music here in the background for you. How are you doing? How is the visit?
We weren't expecting to hear they're the new Voices of Freedom choir from Harlem, New York, in space. That'll blow their minds, I'll tell you that. We're doing great.
Hi, Bono, it's Guy.
Hey, Guy, how you doing? Are you recovering?
Yeah, I'm totally recovered. I swim my 2 kilometers today, so I'm doing well. Back on reality.
I'm here with the two boys and Edge. We've got Eli and John here.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
And Edge, you want to say hello? Doing really good, Guy. Good to hear that it all went well.
Great. I'm doing well. Like that. So you're having a show in Houston, right?
Guy, we have Max and Jeff here that also want to say hello.
Hello. Can you still hear me?
Hey Guy, how you doing, buddy? This Max. We miss you.
Guy, did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear nothing.
Oh, some of the crew are talking to you and saying how much they miss you.
I miss them too.
It must have been an amazing experience, but you know, I'm sure it'll take you a while to find your feet again.
Well, you know, there's definitely a part of me who had stayed in space and probably will stay forever there. I can't leave such a beautiful environment totally. It's something that will be with me forever.
Well, you're the first artist in space, and that's an amazing thing. And I want to ask the crew of the ISS, was it different having an artist other than an engineer or a scientist with you? How did he behave, Frank? How was Key's behavior? How is it different?
Okay.
Well, it was for sure different to have an artist up here, but it was a lot of fun, and Guy was a big professional up here. He did very well. We all enjoyed it thoroughly, but of course we don't usually run around with red noses, and Guy did, so it was a change for us for sure.
Guy, your red nose is getting a great review from the crew.
Well, we have a picture. Now we have to make sure NASA release it. If they don't, I will.
Did you try any juggling while you were up there?
Listen, I tried many things, and I have some footage of it. I think it will make the bloopers of the year. There's a couple of very funny situations. Can't wait to show you some of it in a more relaxing environment.
Nicole, how's it hanging out with Guy up there?
It was very fun. It was really nice to have him here, and it was nice to have a different perspective on the whole space thing. We all really appreciate how beautiful the planet is, and try as much as possible to look out the window. But it's always nice to see somebody who has a little different perspective come up here and share it with us as well.
Nicole, one of our boys here, John, wants to ask a question. Hold on.
Why is there a cow why is there a cow or a horse over there?
I wonder, is that a horse or a cow or a bear that you have there over?
A giraffe.
It's a giraffe named Harold.
It's a giraffe.
Hey, Harold. Harold, wow.
He's a part of the crew too now.
He had his nose clown too.
Can you see the Great Wall of China?
I wants to know, can you actually see the Great Wall of China from space? See the Great Wall of China from space.
Well, I have not really looked for it. I think with the cameras we can, but we have some experts here. Jeff is an expert in taking pictures, so I'll let him answer the question.
My last flight up here, 6 months, I tried to get the Great Wall of China, and never could, mostly because it was covered with clouds every time we passed over it. But we do see a lot of things up here. For example, the pyramids. I just shot the pyramids yesterday, so that would give you an example of some of the things we can see. We can see the building that you're in through the large lens when we pass over Houston.
What about our YouTube production? It's similar to the pyramids, maybe not quite as big, but...
I think the YouTube production, if you would put it together, how many trucks do you have? 90 trucks or something like that? I'm sure that we would be able to see that if it would be put together.
A few more than 90, I think. But yeah, we're very proud of it. It's big, but it's very beautiful.
Yeah, and we heard as well that you guys are going to go to Moscow in next year or something like that. You're going to be in Moscow, so Roman is back then in Moscow, so maybe he can be the second artist in space, because I know he's dreaming of being on stage with you, Bono.
Hey guys, this is Roman. I'm a Russian cosmonaut and I'm pilot of the Soyuz vehicle. Nice to see you here on our screens. I'm very familiar with your art, and I'm looking forward to take part in next year in Moscow in your performance, in your show. How about one song with you guys?
How's your guitar playing, Roman? How's your guitar playing, Roman?
Thank you for that you visit us.
What song would you like to sing, Roman?
What song do you want to sing?
What song would you
Zooming in, zooming out.
Yeah, we're actually going to ask you before you leave.
No color alarm.
There's a song I want to get you to do the lyrics for before you leave, Frank. It's the last verse of In a Little While. And it goes, a man dreams one day to fly. A man takes a rocket ship into the skies. He lives on a star that's dying in the night and follows in the trail the scatter of light. I'll send you the lyrics, but we would like to use that in our show, so maybe a few of you guys would try out for that while you're still in space. That would be good.
In terms of trying it out, I'm sure willing to try it out to say it or something like that, but I'm not a man of many talents, and singing is certainly not a talent I have, but Roman is a very good singer, and he also plays guitar, so I'm sure that he will want to sing it for you from space.
I'm playing bass guitar since my childhood, guys.
We know from our band that girls love bass. Good choice. So how is the space weather these days? Do you have any issues with radiation ever?
No, we don't really have issues with radiation here. First of all, the seasons that we are flying in now is very low radiation. Secondly, the station is very well shielded, and we have very nice cabins here in which we sleep, which are also very nicely protected. So we don't really have issues with radiation.
I can feel.
We probably get much more of it down here than you do. Any internal...
well, not exactly that, but it depends where what you visit.
Any internal bad weather? What happens when one of you gets stroppy? Do you ever have bad moods, and how do you deal with that in such close confines?
I guess it was Gennadi's job to make sure that nobody got in a bad mood, and he did extremely well over 4.5 months. So now it will be my job to make sure that all those guys are smiling all the time. But you guys are helping me a lot, because every time that we do a conference with you, the crew is in a very good mood. So thank you very much for setting all that up.
Oh, thank you very much. And I imagine having the first clown in space and having a great artist like Guy was also a help to
I liked what Nicole said about seeing things differently through his eyes in a way, because you've been training all your life, and it must be interesting to get an outside perspective on what you do and all of that.
Yeah, we had some very nice discussions with him, I think as a group, but also individually. I know that Jeff did a lot of the water team with Guy. I had a lot of discussions with him. I actually did the filming of the juggling that you asked about. He was trying to do it, but it was not very successful in space, unfortunately. But at least we had a lot of fun and a lot of laughs about it.
I hear there's a one campaign sticker somewhere on the space station. Is that right that Shane left?
Yeah, his mission sticker is here on the space station. Actually, everybody who flies who has a mission sticker has the right to put it here on the station, and his is part of our wall of stickers here now, Bono. So the question is, when will your sticker be part of our wall of fame here on the space station? When will you come up here?
We have a formal application from two boys to be the first two boys in space. John and Eli here are looking forward to it. They're ready. They're saving up their pocket money, and that might be fun. John says he has got a sticker. He's going to show it to you right now.
Okay, hold it to the camera. Yeah, great.
So is there any messages you'd like us to play? We're playing, as you know, Houston tomorrow night. Is there any names you'd like us to call out? Any of you guys that have relations in Houston? And we'll certainly, when we get to Moscow, we're going to give Roman's... we want to see if we can get Roman on stage. I think that'll be rather good. But is there any names you'd like us to call out?
Well, since you're being so generous, I know my husband Chris and my son Roman and our friend Dawn will be there, so they would love to hear from you.
You know, we had Tim with you, Frank, when we first spoke, and when we played our song, Your Blue Room, the last voice was Tim's voice saying, my wife's name is Dawn, like the sunrise. And at that point in the show, we had a big yellow sun come up. So Dawn became very famous with you two fans. So maybe the same will happen to Nicole's husband if we give a big shout out. Roman is working on it. It's very clear we have a pop star in space there.
Yes, actually. I'm not sure what the first man in space. This guy's pretty fun.
No, I've already agreed with Roman. If he can perform on stage in Moscow, I'll for sure come and watch, and will be one of his biggest supporters in the audience.
He's got his groove on in space. Well, thank you so much, you guys. You look so perfect with each other. It looks like a great combination. And again, we're just trying to do a simple thing, which is remind people back on Earth that the impossible is possible, and that's what your courage and your focus reminds us all. And we really are. We've had our breath taken away this morning to be led in here into this place. It is an amazing church of possibilities, and that you represent. So we're here to pay homage and thank you for your time.
Yeah, but the important thing that you said there as well is what you see there is all the people that are working in Johnson Space Center, but not only there, in Moscow, in Tsukuba in Japan, in Cologne, in Oberpfaffenhofen in Munich. All those people are supporting, and we are just the executors here on orbit. They make the plans, they give us all the procedures, and we just push the buttons at the right time. So they are the real heroes as well.
Frank to win for president.
You can be my vice president, Bono.
Special goodbye to John and Eli.
Bye.
Goodbye to Harold the giraffe. And to everyone. Thanks for making this possible, and we're huge fans of yours. We'll see you in Moscow. We'll see you.
Thanks, Bono, for sure. We'll see you in Moscow. Bye, everybody. Bye.
All together.
Hello. Hello.
Bye.